almost like the Flashpoint, where it starts, one of the key matrix lines that will help shatter this statist centralized system.
Welcome, my friends. Welcome, friends. Welcome, lovers of liberty and the truth. This is Flashpoint Radio. I am your host, Jay-Z. It is Thursday, April 12th, 2012. Thank you for joining me. Remember, follow me on Twitter for my random periodic updates and new episodes at Flashpoint Radio, facebook.com/Flashpoint Radio. Click subscribe above. Like this if you like this, and then reshare it with your friends. This information can be life-saving and good for waking people up. We're going to do an old-fashioned Flashpoint Radio news blitz this evening, ending with some disturbing video from Afghanistan. But we will start with some news out of Missouri, specifically the Kansas City area for all of my viewers in Kansas City. This comes to us from thehill.com. Representative Cleaver faces Bank of America suit but could be bailed out by taxpayers. Well, looks like he owes $1.5 million on a failed car wash that he got a loan from the Small Business Administration in 2002, which was 2 years before he became a representative. Well, since his loan is guaranteed by the Small Business Administration, which in turn is us, the SBA could pay off $1.1 million of that debt. So yes, not just residents of Missouri, Kansas City, but everyone in America might be paying Emmanuel Cleaver, Democrat from the Kansas City area, his debt on a failed car wash. So now we are buying car washes. Thank you so much, elected representatives. Moving right along, this comes to us from the Financial Times. Headline: as petrol prices rise, Western demand shrinks, refineries are closing across the developed world. Energy refined out of existence. This article goes over the fact that a whole bunch of refineries are closing in America. Why? Because they can't afford to refine the oil, because they have to ship this expensive oil from, places like Nigeria and the Netherlands or Norway, Angola, Azerbaijan. And so the refineries, a lot of them on the East Coast, are shutting down because they can't get crude oil from America. Well, everyone knows that we have more crude oil in America than any other place in the world. We just don't tap it because it's on federally protected land. But, the unions and the oil industry and all the hardworking people that have worked in the oil industry for centuries, since the 1800s, some of these companies, these refineries, are now going out of business. It's really sad. It's really sad to see all of this happen because of our government, who decides to not allow us to drill for oil in the United States and forces us to import oil from foreign countries. And even some of the unions are calling for us to drill for crude oil in America. He says, save refineries, save lives. You've got crude oil in this country. Quote, it's a question of getting it to where the refineries are. Labor Union President of ConocoPhillips, Dennis Stefano. So even unions are saying, drill here, drill now. So, hey, what's the reason? What's the holdup? That's because the international banking cartel controls our country and the rest of the world. So they decide who we buy our oil from. They decide which refineries continue to refine oil. Moving right along from CBS New York, this came out last week. Cellular companies FCC crackdown on cell phone thefts. This is Senator Charles Schumer saying that cell phone and smartphone theft in in particular is an epidemic, and the government has to do something to stop cell phone theft. It's not like when your cell phone gets stolen, you can call the company and they can shut your phone off and it can't be used and you won't get charged for anything else. And if you have insurance, you can get a new phone. No, now Charles Schumer and the FCC have agreed, and the cell phone carriers, so that's private and government, private corporations and government colluding. That is fascism. Senator Charles Schumer said major cell phone carriers and the Federal Communication Commission have agreed to set up a database of identification numbers that are unique to each phone. You hear me? Yes. Identification numbers. More identification numbers. So yes, they say this is because phones are getting stolen. Well, who cares? If they get stolen, you have insurance, you get it. It happens. Keep your phone on you. Don't let your phone get stolen. Don't be naive, people, when they want to record something or add a tracking agent or a tracking capability to something. It's the government. They're not going to use it for happy purposes now, are they? So, no. Tell Charles Schumer, tell the FCC, tell your cell phone carriers that you will not pay extra bills to do this. You will not, see your rates rise and your plans go up in price because the government applies another tax and then another tax and then another tax, and it just gets passed on to you by the cell phone carriers. But this is clearly just about tracking us through our cell phone. Read the article below, as with all the articles in the description below. We are going to end this evening in Afghanistan. Harper's Magazine has released earlier this last week, actually, an article called "The Warrior Class: The Blackwater Videos." Well, it goes over a number of videos shot by, Academy members or employees, which was formerly XE Services, which was formerly Blackwater USA, which was formerly Blackwater International. So it's still Blackwater. The same people run it. The same people work there. They've just had to keep changing their names because of things like this. Videos that I'm about to show are just a reason why we should not trust our government, because these people have gotten a $250 million extension in 2010 from Barack Obama. So yes, this article comes to us from The Nation. Blackwater's new sugar daddy, the Obama administration. Starts off, Blackwater has spent heavily on Democratic lobbyists in 2010, and it has paid off. It says, despite the trail of dead bodies, George W. Bush's favorite mercenary company is thriving under the Obama administration. So they received $250 million in 2010. How much do you think they've gotten since then? And how are they spending that money? Let's go to the tape just to see.
You got a problem?
Oh my God! Oh my God! You just...
Yep, firing at random cars, firing at people, running into cars, driving all over the road, and finally running a woman over in the middle of the road. And that music was not put on by me. It was not put on by anyone. That was the person who took the video, finished the video with that music. So yes, this is who is in Afghanistan. This is who is in the Middle East representing us. They might as well have fatigues and military uniform on. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed, and you should be ashamed. And don't defend these people. You can defend the good troops, but do not defend everyone over there because it's giving us a bad name. Thank you for watching Flashpoint Radio. Check me again next time. Jay-Z signing off. God bless. Keep your eyes to the sky.